Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking about you and your business. You know, every Tuesday here on The Price of Business, we have our good friend Charles Alvarez on. He's with Cornerstone Business Academy, a great organization helping business owners take their company to the next level. By the way, just for disclaimer's sake, do want to mention that my company, my media company, is a client of Charles Alvarez, and I can only just begin to tell you the transformative process that he made, that in over a decade of being in business has just been phenomenal, the kind of changes both monetarily and structurally wise that he's created. So we're always delighted to have him on, always delighted to meet his guests. Charles, welcome to the program. How do we learn more about Cornerstone, and also go ahead and introduce your guests?
Well, you can learn more about us by going to cornerstonebusinessacademy.com. And speaking of transformation, the company that I have as guest today is in the transformation business, and I'm so excited to have them on. They were in the HBJ a couple months ago, and they are running a very progressive, very highly needed company. So I got with me today, I've got Mike and Ellen of TechnoCycle. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, thanks for inviting us.
Glad to have you on. Real quickly, let's go ahead and start with Ellen. Why don't you kind of give us your elevator speech? If you're meeting someone for the first time and you wanted to tell them about TechnoCycle, what would you say?
TechnoCycle, the name says it all. We take your technology and recycle it. So if you have aging computer-related technology, we'll pick it up. We're a complete solution. We will either refurbish it, resell it, or recycle it, tear it down to the commodity level, and responsibly take care of that end-of-life equipment. Really good. Do you want to mention, by the way, the website, TechnoCycle, T-E-C-H-N-O, cycle, like a bicycle, cycle.com. Go ahead there, Charles.
So, Mike, tell us about a little bit more about the value that you bring to a company. I mean, I'm sure many people out there think, recycling, how hard can that be? You know, I do it every day with a newspaper. How sophisticated is this TechnoCycle, or the TechnoCycle process?
Well, we have four main things that we address with our customers that oftentimes they have no awareness of. The first is that there's a tremendous amount of data liability attached to electronics. Data is ubiquitous. I mean, it is just everywhere. It's on your PCs, it's on your laptops. I mean, those are the normal things that we think about. Okay, I have a PC, it's got a hard drive, it's got data on it. What do I do about that? But they also have to consider all the other places that you have data. You have it on the floppy disks, you have it on CD-ROMs, you have it on flash drives, you have it in copiers at work, you have it on your cell phones. You also have it on tape media, all these backups. And so it is just really throughout the organization. And it's very useful to the organization while that data is a useful tool to you in your enterprise. But what happens to that when you no longer need that media, whether that's a hard drive or a tape or whatnot? There is a tremendous liability now that's associated with that data that's on there. And there are what we call in our industry a data breach. And so when a company has a data breach, it's a really big deal, and it can be both damaging in terms of fines, but it also can be hugely damaging in terms of their brand. If you have a bank that has a data breach, it can be brand damaging, and people may not want to use that bank because they've had that data breach. And so those are ones of the sensitivities that we have with regard to the customers that we work with, is that we want to help them manage their data liabilities. So if they have hard drives, how do we get that data off of the hard drive, or how can we destroy that hard drive? Mm-hmm. And we follow that same process with all the other types of things they have too: cell phones, tape media, so on and so forth.
Yeah, let me ask you real quickly, how old is the company? And and kind of give us a macro overview of the number of employees, those type of things, Mike.
Yeah, we're 50 employees in Houston. We also have a facility in San Antonio. It's 30,000 square feet in San Antonio. It runs about 10 employees. Here in Houston, we have 60,000 square feet. We've been in business for 16 years. That year number one was starting in a bedroom out of the house, and then it's just slowly growing over time to where we are today. So it's been a very organic, grown process.
Charles?
So I was very intrigued to learn that there's actually some certifications that are required in your industry that I didn't know about. So tell us, what are these certifications? How important are they? And why would it be very relevant for a customer's ears or someone who's looking to business with TechnoCycle to be very aware of why those certifications would benefit them?
Sure. Well, a certification is very much like a diploma. I mean, it just brings a tremendous amount of credibility when we go and talk to a customer about our services and what we do. And actually, Ellen is spending a tremendous amount of time right now with our recertification. So the certification, in a nutshell, what it does is we have to have a program and a process in place at our company to deal with data protection, environmental protection, and also it also has to do with the having a health and safe environment for our employees, but also making sure that we understand the environmental impact of our company. And so it is a typical ISO type of certification where you have this plan, do, check, act. And so you plan out the processes, you execute those processes, you check back and make sure they're effective processes. And if they're not effective, then you make corrections and you make corrections.
Ellen, it says here you are in charge of strategic planning. What does that entail?
Everything.
Yeah.
From beginning to end, I've moonlighted in the dispatch department. Right now, Mike mentioned that I've been helping out with our recertification process. We're trying to bring our San Antonio facility online with our ISO, OSAS, R2, and E-Stewards certifications.
Wow. 4 certifications.
4. Now, the R2 and the E-Stewards are specific to the electronics recycling industry and require that we have a major focus on preventing pollution and monitoring the environmental impact of these end-of-life electronics. We also have to maintain very strict, as Mike mentioned, data security controls. We also have to ensure, obviously, that we have a very safe environment for our employees. And then also a big component of what we do is educate the public about the alternatives to throwing these things in the trash. Mm-hmm. So there are benefits to our customers. We have a lot of outreach programs where companies have given us their end-of-life electronics that they think are, no longer useful. We've been able to repurpose those and together with companies provide solutions to elementary school kids in different schools around Houston, giving those families that don't have computers at home a PC, monitor, keyboard, and a year worth of internet access.
Wow.
So
okay. Very good. Sorry, we have like a minute left, and I do want to make sure we get one more opportunity to get the word out on both of you. And, both TechnoCycle, which again, TECHNO, CYCLE, kind of like it sounds, technocycle.com. And then, of course, Charles Alvarez. He comes on every Tuesday with us here. He's with CornerstoneBusinessAcademy.com, really doing a great job of transforming businesses. And by the way, you have a great series of videos that I've been enjoying that have absolutely no cost, but they alone are very transformative.
Yeah, I mean, those videos are meant to find at least $10,000 worth of revenue. Basically, pull out your door and your desk, and if you find $10,000, would you take it? Well, those 10 videos tell you exactly where to find that $10,000.
Yeah, it's like a very modern version of shaking out the couch, right? All right, thanks to all of you. Enjoyed it very much. When we come back, we're going to have much, much more for you. I do want to remind you, best content here, it shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. While there, like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter.